Author presents Back and Forth with NEVS and Sven, a program of writing rants and rebuttals.
First of all, what are wild postings? Well, wild postings are those posters you see plastered all over construction sites especially. You know, those barricades they put up so you don't see the giant eyesore of a pit. That's where you see most wild postings, but you also might see them at kiosks in colleges or maybe bus stops, or illegally glued to, let's say, a public signpost, something like that. But anyway, you get the idea. Those are wild postings. During the last 2 weeks of 2013, I actually paid for wild postings in Los Angeles, San Francisco, Denver, and Chicago. So I had the last 2 weeks of the year, so Christmas break basically. And because that time apparently is not as popular as, say, high summer months, I got about a 75% reduction on how much it cost me. And how much did it cost me? Well, I had, I forget how many thousands of posters I had up, but it was about $3 grand for those 2 weeks. So it was very, very expensive. So basically I drove around LA and during those 2 weeks, and it was pretty awesome seeing my posters all over the city. In fact, I even had a buddy of mine at Paramount Pictures say when he pulled out of the parking lot, there was a renovation happening across the street, and everybody at the studio could see posters of my book. And I'm thinking, well, hey, you know, I'm actually getting my book impression over there at Paramount Pictures. You want to know, what kind of book sales did I see from this? So I monitored my book sales, and I will have to say that nothing happened. I didn't sell a single book. So a lot of money, a lot of time, got a little bit of gratification seeing my book cover around town, but yeah, nothing happened from it. It seemed like a good idea at the time, but it was very expensive, and I would have been better off just burning my money or flushing it down the toilet. So I probably wouldn't recommend this to anybody, unless, of course, you're an established brand or people actually have seen this or had impressions through, let's say, a movie trailer or maybe an album cover or something like that. But a cover on a book with just a website on it is probably not enough to get somebody to jump up, look up that website, and make a purchase. It's just too many steps to ask somebody to make. And I also noticed that later on, Axe cologne had the back of a head. In fact, back of a head started becoming huge after that. So I thought I had something kind of clever in the beginning with the back of the head because I came up with it back in 2010, and by then there were backs of the heads on almost all kinds of products. So anyway, live and learn.
First off, you're an idiot. That's spelled I-D-I-O-T, okay? I don't care if you worked your way up from temp employee to vice president back at Fox. You had more money than brains back then. Unless you have an established brand like Jay-Z, or you can tie in your posters with an active political or marketing campaign, theatrical marketing campaign that is, it would never work. I know that. I mean, anybody would know that. I mean, for someone who worked in the theatrical marketing of Paramount for 5 years and another 10 at Fox, you should have known better. Oh my God. This is a lesson for everyone else out there who has more money than brains. Okay, now, granted, my man Sven sold his house and changed his career so he could spend more time writing and marketing his work. So, you know, basically I know he doesn't have the kind of money now that he did back then. He can't bloat anymore. So, but, you know, I'm going to be honest with you. That does not mean Sven gets any sympathy from me. Know what I'm saying? Peace.